I got nothing to say, yeah, I'm just loving the way you're looking over here. Come over here and tell me your name. I can tell by the sound, yeah, when you open your mouth. I hear my new favorite melody, hey. We should both run away. Why do we ever stay in the first place? I can't shake the feeling when you face away from me, babe. I will wait a lifetime if you say you stay with me, babe. I can't shake the feeling when you face away from me, babe. I will wait a lifetime if you say you stay with me, babe.
Honestly, not even worried. Episode 23. I'm your host, Nilo G. I'm here with Blake Boots.
Hi there.
Happy National Spinach Day.
Welcome.
Bet you never thought about that, did you? Today's National Spinach Day.
And that's official.
Friday, March 23rd.
And that's a fact.
What makes it, why do you think they do that? Was there a special thing that happened regarding spinach?
I don't know. I think maybe Popeye.
Years ago?
It's a tribute to Popeye before his little posthumous tribute to the sailor Popeye.
Before his quick decline.
Before his quick decline that was even faster than his rise to fame.
Nobody could have predicted it.
No. But it's International Spinach Day. On March 26th each year, National Spinach Day reminds us of the health benefits packed into this leafy green vegetable. Not only does spinach provide iron, it's also an excellent source of vitamin K, vitamin A, and vitamin C. Not to mention manganese and magnesium, which have got to be the same thing.
Manganese?
Yes.
Never heard that before.
That sounds like the language that magnesium speaks.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't know if you guys knew this, but vitamins are named after their health benefits.
What?
Explain this to me.
Okay, so you got the obvious one, vitamin B. That stands for big energy.
Okay.
Vitamin
Big energy.
Vitamin D is dope focus.
Dope focus.
This is how they label them.
Yeah.
And that's how you can remember sort of what they do. So, spinach.
Fuck.
My bad. Has vitamin
Freudian slip.
A, D, I think. Oh, K, A, and C.
That's spinach.
That's spinach.
I was thinking B was for vitamin bowel.
Vitamin bowel?
I thought it was
It's your bowel vitamin.
Yeah, your bowel vitamin. But I get.
Well, yeah, you get big energy because of the bacteria.
Yeah, the bowel bacteria
And the bowels.
energy for the big boy.
And then, for spinach, you got vitamin K, which is killer sex drive.
Mm-hmm.
Vitamin A, which is, everybody knows this one, that's
ass.
Ass. It gives you a big ass.
Big old booty.
It gives you a big ass.
Big
vitamin
old
A.
ass. Is there vitamin Z? Is that zinc?
No,
Could I
think
start referring to could I be
zinc
like,
as
do you got any
vitamin Z?
vitamin Z tablets? And they're like, what? Zinc.
Zinc.
Vitamin zinc.
Yeah, and then your fucking
That's very interesting.
what other tablets would you take that are not vitamins?
Like magnesium tablets.
Vitamin M.
Probably.
Give me that vitamin M, dude.
Yeah, there's no such thing, is there?
No.
Should be.
But dude, it is International Spinach Day, and I want to take a moment to remember that and honor that. There's a bug in my face.
I thought you were about to do like the.
Remember that and honor that.
No, you got to do the spinach.
Jesus Christ!
It's in the shape of a spinach.
The spinach,
prayer.
the spinach leaf.
Yeah.
Little.
Make sure you shoot it up though.
All praise. Oh,
You got to go down.
yeah.
And then shoot it up.
Oh yeah,
Because that's
shoot it
the
up.
stem.
Oh, the
that you
stem.
shoot up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get the leaf and then you shoot it up.
Shoot
and
it
that's,
up.
That's the spinach leaf. And today we remember that, and we'll never forget it.
Thank you.
Of all the leafy greens, spinach is such a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Divine.
And so I proposed this poll: what's better, what's better, kale or spinach? People were pretty divided. 50-50. A lot of opinions went either way. Kale was praised for its versatility a lot. Spinach was also praised for its versatility.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really a lot to uncover here. Let's start with, in my opinion,
Before you die, let me just say this.
kale is a great vegetable.
Okay.
It's a great leaf if you have the time for it. Spinach is vegetables for people in a hurry.
Okay.
That's
Interesting.
Now, what do you think?
Really, I couldn't give two fucks.
Well, I mean, I feel No, I don't feel bad about this. I mean, kale is my number one. I was on the spinach train for a little while, and I was cooking it up, and I was eating it, and every time I bite into it, it just tastes. I'm making a grimace every time I bite into
Really?
it.
What is it? Is it
bitter?
soggy and bitter?
I don't
What
I don't like that it doesn't crisp up.
It doesn't crisp up.
It gets all like moppy. It's like a wet mop. It's a wet mop vegetable.
It gets wet. It loses structure as you cook it.
That's a fact.
Kale sort of can crisp up and get crunchy.
And I love that. And I think it you put a little salt on it, and I will eat it. I will eat bags of it.
And I agree. And that's why I think. But the thing is, with kale, you have to have the time to prepare it.
That's a good point.
Because I don't know about you, but when I get a bag of kale, the hard stem in the middle of the leaves, the kale leaves, I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, it fucks up the texture of the food. It tastes like almost has like a celery cilantro type vibe. And so I'm trying to peel off the leaves and throw away the little stems, the hearts in between.
Yeah.
That's going to take me 20, 30 minutes.
Why
For like a pretty just whatever yield.
Why don't you just throw it in there and then kind of crisp it off when you're eating it, in the process of eating it, instead of doing all this prep beforehand?
Well, because then I'm mixing kale with other shit.
Or find you a girl that likes that.
I want to. Doesn't make sense. I want to
only eat kale with your girl.
I want to mix the kale in with the other food, and I can't do that if it's got these landmines in there.
Yeah, I only say that because
you eat kale on its own.
I'll sometimes prepare kale and I'll have it, and I'll have those like big thick boys, and I'm the same way. I'm like, these are disgusting, and then I'm about to throw them away, and from the next room I just hear my boo going.
Exactly.
I'll eat those. Give me those.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, she loves them.
She likes the middle of the kale?
She likes the middle of the kale.
Whoa. Okay, now this is a poll I should have put up. Do you like the middle, the crunchy core of the kale? I think it's disgusting.
I don't like it either. I think it's pretty twisted. I think it's pretty it's indicative of other problems.
Yeah. I think if you bake your kale enough that part completely dries out and gets crunchy, then it's fine.
Loses all nutritional value.
But exactly. And the rest of it is black.
Yeah.
But even then it ruins if you're doing kale chips, that part ruins the kale chip for me.
How can I say it and you know what's up?
I can see that.
And I used to just get bags of kale because also they last forever.
Yeah.
Which is also suspicious for a vegetable,
Well, what do you like more in a smoothie? Do you like kale in a smoothie or spinach in a smoothie more?
Either or.
Either or.
In a smoothie
Don't
context,
really
it doesn't really. I guess spinach you could maybe taste more. But also it just seems more readily available. You can use. I see way more frozen spinach than I do frozen kale. Just in terms of the market.
Well, spinach also gives me this weird sheen on my teeth. Like I feel like a coating in my mouth from it, and I don't like that. When you're down in my belly, I don't want you in my mouth anymore. Yeah,
that's the spinach seal.
That's the spinach seal.
That's the seal of approval from the spinach. Say we were here. That's how it marks its territory.
It's a stamp. The notary of vegetables.
The vegetable notary is in the nuance of the film it leaves on your teeth. Spinach different from kale.
That's a fact.
Yeah. What was the end goal, or what was the end statistic here?
I actually don't have the poll results as a percentage pulled up, but I have some of my favorite responses.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do like a quick spinach versus kale jingle.
Hold on, wait. Hold on a second.
Bitch. Oh. Spinach versus kale.
The fruit of the century that we thought we wouldn't bear.
Spinach versus kale.
The most delicious thing that you'll ever put in your mouth.
Spinach versus kale. At Natasha Igisi _ says spinach because you can hide that shit in anything. And that's a good point.
Oh, I see.
Spinach is the camouflage of flavor.
Yeah.
And by the way, the word camouflage is such a French word.
Camouflage.
It's for such a flowery word. Of course, we Americans made it what it is, Camouflage.
Yeah.
And now you're like, I killed a deer with my bare hands the other day.
Only way.
You could do it too if you had the right camouflage.
yeah.
Camouflage.
That's a
How would
good-
you say
that's a
that
good point.
Frenchly?
Camouflage.
You can do it.
Je suis camouflage.
You can kill a deer anytime if you got camouflage.
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 Well, they do that in New
Oh, look at
Orleans.
my friend.
That's how they can get back into the southern drawl from the French accent.
Camouflage. Camouflage.
Camouflage. That's a good point, though.
But anyway, spinach is the camouflage of flavor. It's super versatile. You know, if you're a little itty bitty baby and you don't like the taste of vegetables, but you know you got to eat them because it's time to grow up.
How can I say it in
You can hide it. You know, you can stuff that shit into a muffin.
Yeah.
You can hide it under some lasagna.
You saying bake it into a muffin?
You could bake it into a muffin.
Interesting. Oh, yeah. I guess they do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they do, but that's just what came to mind.
Aren't there like spinach pastry situations where it's almost a spinach? Damn, I don't know. I feel
Like a spinach quiche.
yes.
Yeah, you can do like a savory quiche.
Yeah.
It melds with it really well with the eggs. And I think if there was a kale quiche, it wouldn't be as
What I mean to say is,
untraceable.
Yeah, you'd get poked pretty hard by that, I imagine.
Yeah. Let's see. At Chris Sim says there's no creamed kale. And that's why he said he likes spinach, because there's creamed spinach.
Mm-hmm.
Riddle me this, dude.
Before you die, let me just say this.
Okay. You can cream corn.
Mm-hmm.
And you can corn beef. Those are two things that you can do. Can you combine the two and make creamed corned beef?
Creamed corned beef.
Creamed corned beef. You have to be able to, right? And then can you inverse them? Can you make beefed corn? If you can corn beef, can you beef corn? It has to be possible, right? Isn't that Newton's third law?
I believe that's actually Newton's fifth law. And I think you could do it if you... Would it count if you... Okay, technically, if you get a regular beef at a grocery store,
Yes.
you are eating corn. You are eating beef corn, technically, because cows have a strict diet of corn in
but I'm
most
saying
situations.
beefed corn is corn that has been beefed.
Beef corn is corn that has been beefed.
Yeah. So you have to start with corn and somehow beef it.
Oh, I see.
You know, because corned beef, which this isn't what corned beef is, but it's beef that you corn.
Yeah, obviously.
You know, you add corn to the beef, and that's how you do that.
Okay.
And so how can you beef corn? You know?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I can't understand this in my head of how it would look, but I imagine you could.
I know. I think we could synthesize the look, a little bit of it.
I need to think on this a bit.
You know, my mind is just plagued with these unknowable things.
This is one of those things that I'm tempted to goof on, but I really just want to know also.
Yeah.
You've filled my mind with
Can you
all sorts of questions.
if you can cream corn, can you corn cream? If you can corn beef, can you corn cream?
Yeah.
You know?
Damn, that's some quantum shit right there.
And can you cream beef?
Can you
Again,
cream
can you have creamed corned beef? That's all I want to know. Creamed corned beef.
Can you explain to me what is corned beef hash?
Okay, so corned beef hash is corned beef mixed in with like potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a hash brown skillet, but it's got corned beef in it.
Why is it corned beef?
I think it's like maybe it's just from whatever geographical region it came from.
Is it just phrasing?
What do you mean? Oh,
Corned beef. It's from...
but corned beef tastes different than just beef.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So you're asking now beefed corn.
Yes.
Okay. Because corned beef is technically just beef and corn mixed together, correct?
No, but yes.
God damn it.
It's not at all, but I like to say that it is for the joke.
I see.
I think corn,
For the sake of the joke.
if we're being, well, because I like to think of, you know, beefing corn. But I think when you
It's a funny
corn
phrase.
something, it actually has nothing to do with corn. I think corn is like a name for like large chunks of salt.
Okay. See, I've always wondered this.
Yeah.
I've always wondered this when I order this somewhere and every time I order
love
it,
corned beef.
I do too. It's always kind of a different variation. I feel like that's one of those things where you can really like it in some places and some places make it and
Yeah.
it's terrible.
That's true.
What was that? Oh, I thought I heard like a tiny lady talking.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's one of those, like, that's almost a Russian roulette menu item, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got to be careful where you get it, you know? And that's where you run into some trouble with Reuben sandwiches and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's a higher risk, potentially higher reward.
For me, it's how toasted it is,
Yeah.
I think. Because sometimes you can get it where it's really nice and toasty.
Yeah.
And it just like mixes so well with the potatoes. This is strictly corned beef hash.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Reuben.
And on the Reuben too, in my opinion. But sometimes you get it and it's like a little bit moist.
The beef itself?
The like beef in the corn, like I don't like that.
I kind of like it when it's juicy. When it's like thick and juicy and there's like some fat on it. I actually prefer that than when it's like nice and... But I guess that's just, I don't know, it feels more like than, you know, pork shoulder or something. Like it's thick and got some fucking meat on its bones.
And I could just not
Stuffy
be
nose?
educated. I'm clearly not educated on this enough. So I need to try it more, get out there.
We need to come to some conclusions here.
I wish we had 3 plates of these things in front of us right now.
We should do a
and I could
taste
do
test.
it. Yeah.
Creamed corn, corned beef, and then creamed corned beef.
A cream corned beef mukbang.
What about beefed corned cream?
Beef corned cream.
Come on. Come on. You ever think about that?
Easy.
You ever think about beefed corned cream?
Could make it. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't fucking know, man. But I do love corned beef. And I thought I had some more to say about that, but
maybe there's maybe we can make this. I guarantee there's a corned beef hash day or a corned beef day. So let's revisit this on
St.
that
Patty's
day of the year.
Day just came up. Oh, this is what I was gonna say.
Okay, here we go.
Because the Irish dish, corned beef and cabbage. You know about that, right?
It's ringing a bell, but I can't picture it in my
It's just
head.
like corned beef in like almost a stew, like a broth. It's just like a basic beef broth and then cabbage. And it's like the cabbage has been cooked in such a way that it's nice and soft.
Mm.
I actually really, really like it a lot. But that's interesting to me because the cabbage and corned beef, like what is cabbage? Cabbage to me seems like corned lettuce.
Damn, that's some quantum
Is that
shit
true?
right there.
Is cabbage just pickled lettuce? What is cabbage? It's a different vegetable, right?
It's not pickled.
Is it corned lettuce? What is
I
cabbage?
think it's just straight from the ground, right?
It's a different plant altogether.
Yeah. So, but there's
Okay.
there's
I'm not
no,
a farmer. I don't
there's
know.
no sort of preparation going involved to be like, now it's cabbage. It's like it is born cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But to me, it tastes like something went wrong with lettuce.
Yeah. It's better though, right?
It tastes like barrel-aged lettuce.
Yeah.
It's better in some cases. If you cook it till it's soft, it's good.
Well, I mean, if we're just talking about the foundations of soil at this point, with
That's
cabbage, you're making that's got a stronger pH value in the soil when you're making a cabbage thing. That's why you're encountering that situation.
That's true, and it infuses the leaf, and that's what gives it that integrity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's grown. Well, close to your point, it's grown to a corn patch, which is it kind of taints the soil, and those roots
Oh my
carry
God.
over into the soil of the cabbage. So it's got a little tainted effigy there.
Maybe, okay, cabbage is made by planting lettuce seeds near a cornfield.
Mm-hmm.
The corn nutrients go down into the soil,
Mm-hmm.
come back into the lettuce, and it's called cabification. And then it becomes cabbage.
Oh my God. I think this episode right here just signifies why there needs to be a Mythbusters reboot.
Bro, and then the cows come through.
Mm-hmm.
They eat the corn and the cabbage. They graze on those. Now you got corned beef.
All 3. And
My
then
God.
from that same cow that we eat, that is a dairy cow, there's that cream involved too.
Oh my God, you milk that? Those
No,
udders?
this is what happens. A dairy cow is eating both of those things, and as it's pregnant and walking, a little bit of milk pops out of its udder into the ground, which combines with it, and then it
leaks.
eats that.
Yeah.
Then a farmer mistakes that cow for just a regular beef meat cow, kills it, and says, "Oh shit, this was a dairy cow." has to sell it regular. So we could be eating it and we don't even know it.
We could be eating creamed corned beef and we don't even know it.
God.
And that's how you make creamed corn, and that's how you make creamed cabbage.
It's very clear now.
Damn.
It's all holistic. It all feeds into each other. It's all one thing, you know. And that's what the Italians were sort of hinting on with their little meditations about artichokes, things like that.
It's all part of the plan.
It's all incorporate that into the practice. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
We made way more headway on that than I thought we would.
Holy shit.
I learned some things.
Yeah, me too.
Corned
I'm not
beef.
going to forget that imagery. We got to get somebody to draw that that image of a cow doing that.
Yeah, it was very visual to imagine.
Just imagine the little droplet.
Yeah, to imagine it like, you know, frolicking, and then it's like titties.
Just leaking.
Yeah, just
oh my God.
little
dude.
lettuce seeds like.
Yeah.
Who else said something? Noellers. Okay, no. Now we have a different topic completely.
Mm-hmm.
At Noeller said, "Would you rather have a runny nose or itchy eyes all spring?"
Hermione, whatever this is, it's not simple.
I think itchy eyes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
One, because you're satisfying that itch.
Yes, you're
and
scratching.
it's feeling good.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
yeah.
know if you ever have those moments in the day where you start rubbing your eye and you're like, oh my God,
I will not stop.
I'm not going to stop.
I'm
And
not
it
gonna
just
stop.
keeps feeling good.
Yes.
And I don't know who told me this or made me think this. I feel like I was on a family trip one time and somebody told me that if I rub my eyes too much that I'll get like eye cancer.
And that's what you've been told?
I think somebody told me that like years ago. And
that's the conditioning you grew up with.
and that's why I'm fearful of illness.
We've taught you to avoid your eyes.
And look at me now. I'm still doing it and it feels so good. Maybe that's why it feels even better because I know it's bad for me.
Taboo.
Yeah. But dude, not being able to breathe through your nose and just like
I hate it.
It's so frustrating.
And the like dry nose that you get from that and the chapped like nostril area is hell.
It's really bad.
I think for me, when it comes to itchiness, itchy eyes versus a running nose,
There's nothing pleasurable
it's
about
more
it.
of a question of how do you want to brand yourself really for the spring.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you got these itchy eyes, you're going to rub them. The eyes are going to be red. People think you're going to be high off the marijuana, you know?
Yeah. Had ourselves a little late night snack, did we?
If you got the drip, you know, it makes that sound. You're going to sound like you're snorting cocaine.
We need to get into the castle tonight.
And you have the glasses. Those are the glasses you wear if
You're
have,
snorting cocaine.
No. No. Those are the glasses you want if your eyes are a little bit red because you
That's
can't tell
exactly true.
because you've got that light glaze. So that's something you can also solve with glasses. Can
Yeah.
you solve a
Like,
sniff?
damn, this boy's got eyes as pink as roses.
That's very interesting.
He grew up on the other side of the block. Yeah.
Yeah, if you got that drip, I mean, the masks are coming off sooner or later. Maybe you're good this spring, but next spring. Also, you don't want to trap the fucking drip inside of your mask either. If some leaks out,
Yeah, that is bad. But you can lie about having a pretty hard drip without like utilizing clothing.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
true. You could be like,
So you'd be
I'm so drippy.
be
And
like-
be like, whoa, he owns Prada and Gucci, and
Yeah.
Well, I saw you like nobody knows, but you're just dripping from the nose.
No one's seeing me right now, so I
Yeah.
can totally say that. I can just say I got that drip. I got that hard drip.
Yeah, you could
'Cause
definitely
that's-
lie. That then again goes
how
back to
people say it.
branding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you want to be that chill kind of? You're rubbing your eyes. You look like you just woke up, and you also look like you're about to fall back asleep because you've been smoking that marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to look like a high fashion cocaine snorter?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's up to you. That's a choose your own adventure right there.
Yeah, and you can't switch. You can't switch mid season.
No,
people
no.
will be suspicious.
Your system, your biological systems won't allow that.
Yeah.
You know.
Or you can do both, and you're just like, this is the coolest guy on earth.
Yeah, this guy's got the drip and the glasses.
This guy's got the fucking drip, and he smokes weed.
That's a swag lord.
This guy smokes weed.
That's ASAP Rocky right there.
Literally, yeah. Okay, thank you at Noellers for that.
Thank you.
And thank you at Chris Sim for the no creamed kale thing.
Next.
And thank you at Natasha Yagisi for your spinach take. And thank you
What did she?
she said
thank me. What are you thanking yourself for?
thank me for doing spinach versus kale.
Yeah. Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I thought she came up with it, and I was like, what did she say? Was the originator?
No, she's the one who said spinach because you can hide that shit in anything.
I see. And you said just spinach, right? You're a spinach boy through and through.
I don't know. I'm neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I prefer not to say, actually.
See, you're Switzerland in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Now we got another one.
Okay.
At Malky __ says, would you rather have to keep everything impeccably sterile or disgustingly dirty?
Destroying every part of everything in my life.
I mean, I'm going sterile.
This is a no-brainer.
I'm fucking hospital level sterile. You could do surgery in our kitchen floor. Well, not right now, but
100%.
if this was my life choice,
Yeah.
you would have to.
It's going to be a still air box in our fucking house. It's going to be so clean.
Yeah, I can't live in
Disgustingly
squalor
dirty.
anymore.
Disgustingly is like
Squalor,
pushing it.
Not the right word, but
Squalor, that it is.
is it?
Yeah, you can't live in squalor.
Yeah, I can't get things done if it's too dirty.
And here's the thing too. If you're going to have people over, they'll see a sterile situation, a super extremely clean thing, and they'll be impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll be like, it's fucking maniacal to keep it this clean.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you got people coming over and everything's disgustingly dirty, you might as well be dripping from the nose.
You might as well be dripping from the nose. I had a friend of mine stay at another mutual friend of mine's house, and I had not been to that mutual friend's house, so I didn't know the quality of how they lived.
Okay.
And
this is true.
This is true. And so after my friend had stayed there, I like set him up and everything. I was like, yeah, how was it? Like, were they super hospitable? Like, was everything cool? They were like, yeah, they were super nice. That house was disgusting. It's like, what do you mean? Like how so? And they're like, oh my God, there were like dishes everywhere.
Yeah.
There were I saw a used condom.
Oh,
somewhere. Like, I was like, damn, that's not good.
Crazy.
And I wonder what threshold you have to pass where you're like so dirty that you're like, you got like a used condom and visual in the eye field.
You better have something that you're working on that requires a lot of focus.
Yeah.
To let that fall. And I hope you in the back of your mind are like, I'm going to clean this up, just not today.
Yeah. I mean, cause that's just bad. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's just, I feel like guys get railed on a lot for that, where it's that's the excuse that people make for them. It's like, they're just guys. They're just nasty. Yeah, but I could never deal with that.
Which is true. I sort of fall into that,
Yeah. I've tried. I feel like I have a higher threshold of cleanliness, but than I used to, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like it.
Me too. I mean, when it's dirty, it makes me a little bit anxious.
Yeah.
Specifically if I can't take my mind off of it, obviously. But the old me, different scenario.
Didn't give no fucks.
Didn't give no fucks.
Yeah.
If you're keeping your space really dirty, I feel like that runs parallel with being a hoarder, in the sense that a hoarder gets things and they say, yeah, this is mine forever. They don't think about efficiency. It's just collect.
Well, you know who is a famous hoarder in my mind, who has a really, really nasty desk? Put a picture right here.
Who?
Albert Einstein.
Wow.
His desk at the time of his death, it was clogged up.
With what?
He just had a bunch of papers on his desk, probably some staplers.
Okay.
Probably a big old Gucci belt, like all that stuff. You know?
Yeah. See, and that to me is cool. There's a difference between having a bunch of stuff being untidy and being dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess untidiness is a different sort of animal.
Yeah. If I need to work through a problem, if I'm trying to discover E = MC squared, I'm leaving papers everywhere.
That's very true.
Until I'm finishing the thought, then I'll clean.
If I'm contributing to a fucking nuclear device, I'm gonna be pretty. I'm not gonna have time for that.
If I'm on the cusp of my theory of relativity,
Yeah.
then the mess is relative to the discovery, you know?
Yes, you're so right.
But yeah, so at Andrew Jaunt gave us this hitter right here.
Yeah.
For a year, only own 27 items, minimalist, in parentheses, or you must keep everything you buy as a hoarder. The poll said 71% of you said minimize, and 29% said hoard, which actually surprised me.
Thought it was a little too high on the other side.
Yeah, I thought maybe you only own 27 items for the year. I thought more people would be like, I'm going to hoard because then I can just get what I need. I don't have to worry about if I'm at my item limit or something.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Well, I think a lot
A year's not that long.
Marie Kondians.
Yeah.
I think we've got a lot of those people
Yeah.
that have entered the chat.
Yeah. I think it's more aspirational because honestly, keeping everything you buy for a year, I think most of y'all do that already.
And an item is considered like, would your mattress be considered one?
Yes.
Is that 5 items technically? Your bed pieces, like 5 items, or is it bed 1?
I think so. I thought of it as like you have your situation as it is now, frozen. And then you get maybe 27 additional items. No. It's like a loan. You get to pick 27 of your items.
Yeah.
But I think the bed situation is just one.
I see.
But I don't know. I like this because it gives the vibe like he did the math and crunched the numbers and was like, what is the minimum possible number of items you need?
Aren't they just 27 years old though?
And he came out with 27.
I thought that's what he said. He was like, I'm 27, so 27.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. But it does seem like it has some sort of algorithmic value.
Would you only own 27 items, also known as the item threshold of success?
This could be a game show. Today we're on 27 items.
How long can you live with just 27 items in your house?
We got John from Detroit.
You know, I go camping a lot, and so I brought a tarp, my bed, my computer, some water.
Yeah, that's what it said.
My guitar,
some corned beef, dairy hash,
a book. I got How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And I'm going to talk to myself, honestly, this whole time.
I got Albert Einstein's biography read by Jordan Peterson on tape. That's 13 items right there.
I got 13 items that are books. And the rest are not really essential to my survival, but I think I can, for my wife and kids, I need this.
Thanks, John. Now we go to Cynthia in San Francisco. Yeah.
That's a cool game show.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
Yeah, if you're... You know, like I said, I would get the 27 items. I would trade them up until I had 27 Lamborghini. Let's ride. Because Lamborghini is the plural of Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Like Jerry Seinfeld goes to his friends and he's like, how many Lamborghini you got? Oh, yeah? That's a good number of Lamborghini.
I like that number.
16 I like that
Lamborghini.
Number. 27. It's a prime number.
27 Lamborghini. Okay, he's got 27 Lamborghini.
What's so funny about the number 27? Why is that so funny? You're like, it's not. He's like, you know what? It's because it can't be divided by 28. You're like, whoa, Jerry Seinfeld's a genius.
That's just me watching his stand-up special. Like, what's this point of view? Yeah. He's too rich at this point to make funny things.
Yeah. I got a couple good laughs out of his most recent special.
Really?
Yeah. But it was like after watching Comedian, the documentary, and a couple episodes of Comedians in Cars Getting in Coffee. So I was like in Jerry Seinfeld appreciation mode. Because
I remember when we were trying to watch his special together like a couple of years ago, we were both like,
this sucks. Well, I think his newest one came out either this year or last year. It's pretty good.
Okay. I'll have to try that one maybe. I've never really enjoyed his stand-up comedy, but obviously his mind is fucking awesome. And he's done so many cool. I mean, B-Movie is probably one of the best movies I've ever seen.
B-Movie is a triumph.
Yeah. I mean, a great awareness project. There's a video on YouTube where every time they I think say the word B, that speeds up a little bit.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time.
Yeah. You guys go check that out.
He's brought a lot of cool things into the world. I don't ever mention Seinfeld.
You know, he owns 27 Lamborghini.
What do you think Larry David would have done without, do you think Larry David would have, if he had not hit Seinfeld, would Larry David have just been a low-key writer?
I don't know. He's so good. he's so good that you'd think that he'd be able to do something really big, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounded like their working relationship on Seinfeld was that they really both rolled with each other's ideas.
Yeah.
Which was probably a great environment, and then it was a huge success. But Curb Your Enthusiasm is just such a good show.
So funny, dude.
It's like maybe my favorite show. That's the sentence.
Yeah. It might be my favorite. It's probably top 3 shows of all time for me.
It's so fucking good.
Just everything about it. All the characters are so funny. And
yeah. Well, and I like that shit where it's like you can tell that it's like the perfect brainchild of a person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a combination of everything Larry David in that show, and that's why he still does it.
Yeah.
That shit rocks. That's what I'm trying to get with this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All this to say, you had an idea for me that you wanted to propose.
Yes.
And I think we need to let loose a little bit and start running wild and see what you got.
All right. So this concept came to me after reading a chapter of one of my newly favorite books, Musicophilia. Basically, there is a person in this book that is about 40 years old. He's a surgeon of sorts.
Okay.
Not particularly...
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre becomes obsessed with Nirvana.
It's my favorite song.
Smells like Teen Spirit. Yeah, so basically this guy, he's some sort of surgeon and not super into music, probably in his 40s or so.
Yeah.
It's like 97 and he's making a call to his madre, his mother.
Yeah.
From a payphone in a storm. There's a storm going on. And the phone booth that he's in gets hit by lightning and it sends him fucking flying. And so he hits the ground, like people...
Out of the phone booth?
Yeah, he's like out of the phone booth. There's like people that are around, so they like basically resuscitate him. He's like, it's fine, like I don't need an ambulance, I'm a doctor. And the lady was like, you basically died for a minute. You weren't a doctor for about 3 minutes there. So his heart stopped essentially. And
so he was a doctor before.
I mean, he is basically she's claiming like you died for 3 minutes, so you weren't a doctor for those 3 minutes. This is an unnecessary joke that I'm repeating from the book.
Okay. But he is a doctor.
He is currently, he's a doctor. So, so basically, he goes to his cardiologist.
Yeah, he wasn't anything for 3 minutes.
His cardiologist, he was just energy. So his cardiologist looks at his heart and is like, I mean, your heart did stop, but there's no long-term damage here. Like nothing weird is going on. And he went to his general practitioner or whatever, and they like did a bunch of tests on him, and they were like
3 minutes.
I think it was something like
his heart took a nap straight up.
Yes, it went
and
sleepy
it was
sleep.
just all good.
Yeah.
I want my heart to take a nap. Damn.
So
take a load off.
Yeah, give yourself a break, bro. You're always pumping. So then like I think 2 weeks later, he just had this huge urge to buy piano music.
Whoa.
Became obsessed with like Chopin, and like just all sorts of like piano sonatas, camouflage, and just started collecting all of this music stuff.
Yeah.
And basically was still functioning at his job, like doing surgery, but like whenever he was not working on like at his office, he'd come home completely absorbed by music. Like just listening to classical music and piano music. In his spare time would he would go to like piano concerts and classical music concerts alone. Didn't care if anybody came with him. He's like, I gotta go check this out.
That's fucking spooky.
But like somebody had conveniently left a piano with him, and was like, can you hold on to this for a while? He was like, yeah. And he started getting obsessed with learning piano.
Yeah.
And he said that it was almost like the music just would never stop in his head, and he was just constantly like writing music and making music in his spare time. Like he'd wake up from dreams and be like, oh, gotta write this music.
Oh my God.
And basically it got to the point where he had to he got a divorce because like he was so obsessed with music. Like he couldn't stop.
Whoa. Just out of control.
No
control.
Yeah, so this dude is just basically obsessed with music. And then there was another case where somebody's basically like removed a tumor from their brain from a certain section, and she got absolutely obsessed with classical music as well. So my business idea is essentially it falls under this concept of we get a phone booth and we turn it on during thunderstorms and we let people talk on the phone during thunderstorms and let them know the risk could be death.
Yes.
But before you die,
They could also become absolutely enthralled and successful musicians after being shocked through the phone booth.
Did the doctor become a successful musician?
In his own mind, yeah. So we're not lying.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
you have this obsession with music, but there is a cost because your relationships may fall at the waysides because of this obsession with music.
Okay.
So I say we build this
Phone booth.
and we start getting some customers. We just got to get some storms going.
Okay. I don't even know where to begin with this
because
this has got to be one of the top 10 most brilliant ideas I've heard.
Thank you.
She's brilliant.
In a long time.
Thank you.
You got the phone booth. People already, you're hitting on the nostalgia. You could rent that thing out on Airbnb, $100 a night, $200 a night.
By itself.
You know, you get the old-timey one with a whole little rotary situation in there, but it's rigged up to be an actual Wi-Fi enabled, like, modern phone.
You would only use the phone in there when there was a storm. Otherwise, you can just be in there with Wi-Fi on your other phone.
And then when they enter, I think maybe you could do like a card situation on the outside. You can just swipe to enter. And then you press a button to make a call. And then on the other side, we got us being like, hello, this is Telethunder Nomics.
Telethunder HNEW HQ.
Telethunder Nomics headquarters. Thank you for your purchase. We see that you bought the 12-hour storm package.
Yes.
And I just want to say, you know, there's a lot to look forward to on the chance that you do get struck with lightning.
That's great.
But as with anything, there is a chance that you won't get struck with lightning.
Sure.
And we've set up as many sort of electricity channeling things on top of the phone booth as we could. An antenna wrapped in tin foil. We got, you know, all sorts of metal platings. You know, it's really armored. It's just a magnet for thunder. Nonetheless, we're still at about 40 to 60% success rate with getting struck while you're in here. But I just wanted to ask you a couple questions because, you know, obviously you do get your deposit back if you don't get struck.
Of course.
But the hourly fee still remains after that.
What is that fee?
It's $300 an hour.
Okay, that's fair.
So, what is it about? You know, what do you hope to gain from this?
You know, I'm a struggling musician, and I'm just hoping that I'll become one with my art. I just want to just throw myself completely into it, and in order to do that, I just want to hear songs in my head all the time.
So this is you're sort of trying to do a deal with the devil here.
In a way.
You want to sell your soul to be able to have your soul be music. Replaced with music.
Yes. Okay,
actually, this is probably one of the more common ones we get, and I gotta say, what usually happens on the other side is nothing short of a miracle. So you got that to look forward to. Is there anybody that you want me to call? You know, give them a heads up that, you know, you might not be the same tomorrow?
I just live alone, so no need.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You know, there's a miniature piano next to you. You can get started.
yeah. A little toy piano.
Yeah, there's a little toy piano in every booth. You can just sort of focus on that. That reminds me of
It's kind of Dr. Frankenstein-y, honestly.
Yeah. That reminds me of when I was a teenager and I was trying to get really good at guitar. I would read about Jimi Hendrix and how he would take acid and put the acid like fucking in a cut in his forehead and put a bandana over it.
Yeah.
And how he would smoke weed and drink and then who else said it might have been Jimi Hendrix, it might have been Willie Nelson or something, but they said I'm not condoning these creatives to, you know, drink booze and smoke weed, but it's always worked for me.
Yeah.
And I remember reading that quote and reading about Jimi Hendrix and being convinced that smoking weed and doing drugs was what was holding me back from being a really good guitar player.
Wait, doing drugs made you less good at guitar?
No. I was convinced at that time, because I hadn't done drugs yet, really, that if I did, if I smoked weed, it would open up my brain so much that guitar would just make immediate sense to me.
Dude, yes.
All of it. And I was like, shit, that sounds fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then you smoke weed and it's never made less sense to you than ever before.
Yeah.
You're like staring down at the fucking... I remember I did, like, one of the few times I smoked weed, I was playing guitar, like, at band practice in my friend's band. And I did a solo. And then afterwards they were like... It was like, there was like a part in the middle of the song where I'm supposed to do a solo.
Yeah.
And then we were all high as shit. And then the fucking lead singer, Davin, was like, dude. And he sounds like this, honestly. He's like, whatever you did for that solo, do it every time. And I just like looked up and I was like, I don't know what I did.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's so funny, dude. Yeah, I think that's just every middle schooler, early high schooler mistake is thinking that like it's gonna make you a god.
No.
What it really does is I think you just get in the zone more, maybe.
Yeah,
Some
I think it's
people
just
do.
a matter of like getting out of your head.
Yeah, because the other night I took an edible and I was working on like producing a song, and I noticed like just how into it I was.
Yeah.
It was like a very small amount.
Yeah.
It wasn't much, but it definitely like it just like helped me focus.
Yeah. But that openness is still tempered by the fact of how good you are sober, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like a guy who sucks at guitar but is completely in the zone because he's drunk and high still sucks.
Yeah.
He just like he just sucks a little bit more soulfully.
That's very true. That's very true.
So, you know, one's the prerequisite for the other, really. You know, chicken or the egg shit.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I think we could really just put these phone booths up everywhere.
Yeah.
Essentially just tap into our HQ, and we could just, whenever there's a storm, people pop in, drop a couple of $300 an hour.
Yeah.
Wait for that storm to come. You're obsessed.
Wow.
And you know, you could get obsessed with deep house. It may not be classical music. You might get obsessed with bro country. You know,
fuck.
That's the only problem. We can't anticipate what genre you're going to get obsessed with.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty tough sell, actually.
Damn it. All right. Well, you know, can't say I tried. Well, I'll get some other ideas to you. We'll get a good one going soon.
Okay. I like this. I like the bringing me the ideas.
Yeah.
I forgot we have to do a phone call.
Oh yeah.
We're going to go ahead and call our king of graphics here on, not FaceTime audio. For full quality, stevejobs.com/HNEW for 10% off. Use code HNEW. Hello, is this at Rudy Larejo?
It is.
Heyo.
Hello.
The king of graphics, the duke of display. What's up, bud?
Oh, you know, sitting on a couch playing Mario.
Oh,
nice.
Which Mario?
Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh, that looks dope. Is that on the Switch?
The Switch.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Fun.
You know, we got a couple things we want your opinion on here for the pod.
Yeah, what's up?
First of all, spinach versus kale. Where were you on this?
I think for spinach versus kale, I said spinach.
Is it because of its ability to hide and camouflage itself into other foods?
I'm just more well versed with it. You can use it fresh as a salad ingredient.
Yes.
Baby spinach can be in a salad or a sandwich, or you can, you know, reduce it.
Ooh.
And it's good as, you know, like just cooked up in a pan.
Spinach reduction, dude. Reduce the spinach to cabbage.
It's been reduced to nothing.
It's been reduced to. I've reduced the spinach. We teach spinach to feel small. You know.
Yeah.
We reduce spinach at every turn we get, and it never gets. You know, you can be ambitious, but not too ambitious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it down.
Well, and then this led to maybe you'll have some insight on this, because you're a culinary guy. You like to cook around the house. You like flavors. You like food. So there's corned beef. And there's creamed corn. Can you make creamed corned beef?
Creamed corned beef.
Yes. Can you combine the two and have creamed corned beef? And inversely, can you go backwards and make beefed corn? Or, corned cream?
You know, I think corned cream would just be cream with corn in it.
Yes.
Cream that you just put corn kernels in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're at the coffee shop. You get some
Yeah.
corned cream.
Because that's essentially what corned beef is.
Is it? Is that what corned beef is?
No, but I was saying I said earlier that corned beef is like a corned beef mixture, and and nobody knows what it is really. But
I don't know what it is.
But I looked it up, and I think to corn something is actually involves some sort of large flakes of salt, and that's what a corn is referring to. Is like a big old salt chunk.
Checks out.
Okay. So it's ground up with salt?
I don't know if they like put a big Himalayan like stone in this pot to boil with it.
Oh my god!
But for the sake of the joke, I've been saying that corned beef is corning beef with corn, and then can you do the opposite? Can you beef up some corn?
I guess protein added to corn would be beefed corn.
Like a hormone up musculature of corn.
Yeah, GMO corn.
Oh my god,
it's like beefed corn.
That's like a 6-pack, but that's like a 200 pack with all the little fucking kernels.
Oh my god!
And then going back to
juiced.
Going back to reducing and talking them down.
Yeah.
I think we got to think about scorned beef.
There's corned beef, and then there's scorned beef, and that's because there's the Irish dish corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah.
And cabbage is just reduced. Spinach has been reduced to feel like it's something else.
Yeah, that's true.
And corned beef is just beef that's been corned into something that feels like it's something else as well. So that really is the scorned beef, is a corned beef cabbage.
Yeah, that's the scorned beef meal.
If you're beef, there's not much more scorned you can be than in a pot of broth with some cabbage. That's low. That's a low point.
I mean, it is tasty though. Have you had corned beef with cabbage?
It's like one of my favorite corned beef dishes.
Top tier corned beef dish.
Yeah, I think S tier corned beef cabbage. Right underneath is a Reuben sandwich, and then underneath that is a corned beef hash.
I can't really think of other ways to have corned beef. Like what else would you eat it with?
I have a theory here.
Can you make peppercorned beef? Okay, what's the theory?
What if corned beef was technically you have a thing of beef, and then you have one of those like plastic shapers, and you just slam the raw beef into the shape of corn, and you cook it.
That's cool.
Or you put little pieces of beef into a corn kernel thing and cook it.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like a fair food.
Yes.
Like at the state fair.
1000%.
You decore the corn.
Mm-hmm.
Decorned. Decored corn. You take the decored corn and you beef it.
Oh yeah.
You inject beef into where the core was.
Beef core.
God, yeah. That's nasty sounding.
That's a beef core. That's a beef core corn.
Beef core corn.
That is
beef core corn.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait to go to Taste of Schaumburg. When it opens up, they do the best beef core corn.
Beef corn, dude.
Beef core corn.
How very French of us.
Yeah, and they're like, "Well, dude, there's this other stand that does creamed beef core corn."
Yeah.
You know what? People are always stuffing the crusts of pizza. Why are we not stuffing the cores of corn?
Yeah.
I mean,
go to cornhub.com.
It would be so much work to beef all of the corn kernels individually.
Yeah.
Well,
it could be, it could be like a high tier food, like expensive thing you only get like once a year.
I'm talking about you take the corn, you take a long, really sharp knife, you cut out the entire core till it's just like till it becomes a flimsy, almost like a corn condom skin.
Yeah.
And then you fill it up with beef like a sausage.
Okay.
You tie it up with string on the open end. You put it in a deep fryer. You got beef core corn.
Beef core corn.
Fried beef core corn. That sounds tasty, dude.
You just put it on a stick. It'll be perfect.
Yeah. And then what if you ate it, when you ate it, it tasted exactly like corned beef?
All that for just the same taste.
That's beef corn. Damn,
that's the same thing.
That's some dark science.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. That's the devil's math right there. Well, what else? Did you transitioning from the beef core. Do you like? Did you say, in terms of having 27 items for a year, or being a minimalist and having to, or being a hoarder and not being able to get rid of anything for a year? Where were you on this?
I think I said only have 27 things.
Okay, and the thought.
Well, so I moved from LA to Illinois in September, and I put most of my stuff into storage and, just kicked it at my mom's house for a couple months.
Yeah.
And once we moved into this house and we got all of our stuff out of storage, I had stopped using so many of the things that were gone that I ended up donating a lot of it. And so I feel like, and also I got rid of a bunch of stuff just before moving.
Yeah.
And so I think if you are forced to reduce, you find more use out of the things you do have.
Bingo. Oh my God. That's how you cabbage your life.
That's how you cabbage your life.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with like music and things that are creative. If you have every plugin and tool available to you, you get lost in
the production, the technical.
Yeah, and finding the perfect sound for something. Whereas if you're working with a reduced palette, you only have certain sounds you can use, then you kind of get creative with those.
Oh, I always say that there's freedom in putting limits on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because if you have no borders, then it's what are you doing and who are you doing it for? Then
you're just a hoarder.
If you have no borders,
you're just a hoarder.
Yo.
Wow, bumper sticker alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Borders for hoarders.
Borders for hoarders.
That's my nonprofit. We aim to put limits on the amount of stuff you can hoard.
Lunch will be provided. Corned beef.
Borders for hoarders. Core beef.
Oh my God. We need a T-shirt now. This is a way of life.
This is a great T-shirt. Like a Borders for Hoarders festival. Like a fair, the county fair sponsored by Borders for Hoarders, and you can get Borders for Hoarders Borders for Hoarders beef core corn.
Yes.
I mean, that sounds like a place I want to be.
Exactly.
I could imagine winning a double XL shirt from a T-shirt gun.
Yes.
With that on it.
Yeah, and then at the very end, they make you throw it away. They make you donate it.
You're not gonna wear it. Just donate it.
You don't get to keep this.
Show me all your winnings. All right, let's do a reduction.
Yeah, that's so good.
Wow, that's a pretty good business model.
Yeah, so specific.
You get people's money, and then you keep all their stuff too that they win. That's cool. Under the guise of minimalism.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we made some serious headway on what we were discussing before this call.
Good.
So that was good. Do you think you'll be able to make a graphic of a beefed corn and core corn, beef core corn?
I'm already thinking about it.
Okay, cool.
Good.
All right. We're gonna hang up and wrap up the pod.
Sounds good.
All right, later.
See you, bud.
Thanks for the call, boys.
All right, man.
Yes, boy. Bye.
Bye.
That's our king of graphics right there. Yeah, how about that? Beef core corn.
Yeah.
The BCC.
Beef core corn. We need to trademark it before somebody else does. We got to get that website.
I don't know what's a better episode title: creamed corned beef or beef core corn.
I think beef core corn. I mean, gotta be that, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll marinate on it for a couple days.
Yeah. All right. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
I got nothing to say, yeah, I'm just loving the way you're looking over here. Come over here and tell me your name. I could tell by the sound, yeah, when you open your mouth. I hear my new favorite melody, hey. We should both run away.